A medical school interview in Canada can take many shapes and forms. Whether it's the MMI or a traditional format, the last stage of your application process will include at least some difficult interview questions that will test your ability to think and communicate clearly on the spot. In this video, I'll go over how each medical school in Canada conducts their interviews. Hi, I'm Natalie Stoberman and I'm an admissions associate here at BMO. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe on whatever social media channel that you're watching this on so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you'd like us to help you with your medical school interview, visit bmomedinterview.com to schedule your free initial consultation. And FYI, check out the timestamps in the description of this video so you can navigate to specific sections that you're interested in. Here's what we're going to cover: medical schools in Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Quebec, and Saskatchewan. And we're giving away $50 Amazon gift cards every week to the best comments and questions. So comment below for your chance to win. So let's get started. Medical schools in Alberta. University of Alberta interview. U of A's interview format can combine a variety of interview questions, so you can review traditional medical school interview questions and MMI questions. You might also want to review how to answer common medical school interview questions like, why do you want to be a doctor? And tell me about yourself. Interview notifications will be sent in early to mid-February. Please note that anything that you've included in your application may be discussed with you during the interview process, so make sure to review your application before the interview. Cummings School of Medicine at the University of Calgary interview. At U of C, interviews take the form of the multiple mini-interviews, either live or virtual, and the number and type of stations varies each year. The interviews are typically conducted in February and March, and your MMI score makes up 50% of your final ranking. Medical schools in British Columbia. University of British Columbia interview. UBC medical schools follow the multiple mini-interview format. Invited applicants will rotate through 11 different interview stations, spending approximately 7 minutes at each station with 2 minutes of transition period. The entire interview will take an hour and 50 minutes to complete. And on the day of the interview, make sure that you dress professionally by wearing appropriate medical school interview attire. First impressions make a big difference. In addition to the MMI questions, you should go over common medical school interview questions that can be incorporated into the MMI format. Medical schools in Manitoba. University of Manitoba interview. The Max Rady College of Medicine uses the multiple mini-interview format for all its applicants. You're required to travel to campus to participate in the interview. Otherwise, you will not be considered for admission. To be considered for admission, you must achieve a passing mark of 9 in the 11 MMI stations, a total score greater than 2 standard deviations below the mean, and a mean score acceptable to the admissions committee established annually based on the applicant cohort. If you do not meet these expectations in the MMI interview, you will not be considered for admissions regardless of your MCAT and GPA. As an applicant who declares First Nations, Métis, and Inuit heritage, and who meets the eligibility requirements for GPA and MCAT, you will be invited to participate in an MMI and panel interview. Those applicants who participate in the panel interview will be ranked in the Canadian Indigenous applicant pool, as well as the applicable Manitoba and out-of-province applicant pools. You will be required to submit additional autobiographical information ahead of your panel interview. Medical schools in Newfoundland. Memorial University interview. Memorial University uses a hybrid of traditional interview and MMI. The interview is composed of a 30-minute, two-person panel and is designed to get to know the candidate via topics like decision-making, life experiences, and interactions with others and future goals. This is also done through 8 10-minute multiple mini-interview stations, with one assessor at each station with scenarios meant to evoke thoughtful reactions and stimulate discussion. Medical schools in Nova Scotia. Dalhousie interview. All eligible maritime applicants who have met GPA, MCAT, CASPER requirements, and submitted online application and processing fees are invited for an interview. Approximately 60 to 100 eligible out-of-province applicants will be invited for an interview, and their eligibility will be determined by their GPA, MCAT, CASPER, and supplemental information regarding applicants' compelling reasons for choosing Dalhousie Medicine. Interview invitations are distributed via email, usually in October, and invitations include instructions on how to select your preferred interview location and time. There are sufficient interview slots for each invitation distributed. Applicant interview self-scheduling is completed on a first-come, first-served basis, so you should complete the interview self-scheduling process as early as possible to get the date that you want. Interviews take place during one weekend in November each year. Your interview will take place on either a Saturday or a Sunday on the school's campus. The scheduled interview will run for approximately 2 hours during the morning or the afternoon. Dalhousie uses the MMI format to assess its applications. Medical schools in Ontario. McMaster University. The following is the interview selection formula of the McMaster Medical School. 32% undergraduate GPA plus 32% MCAT CARS plus 32% CASPER score plus 4% graduate degree bonus and a 1% master's, 4% PhD bonus. As the creators of the MMI, it won't come as a surprise that the McMaster School of Medicine conducts its interviews in this format. McMaster Medical School invites around 550 applicants to Hamilton. Interview invitations are sent to candidates based on their GPA, MCAT CARS score, as well as their CASPER score. And you must attend the interview to remain an eligible candidate. You're also responsible for your travel and interview expenses. Northern Ontario School of Medicine. NOSM typically conducts admissions interviews in March and April of the year of entrance. The interviews are conducted online, so if you're invited for an interview, you will receive an email with the interview description and details. Queen's University interview. Based on the GPA, MCAT, CASPER, autobiographical sketch, and reference letter scores, a rank order list is created by the program. Approximately 500 applicants are invited to the university for an interview. And if an applicant declines their interview, Queen's offers the interview spot to the next person on the rank list. Queen's University uses the MMI format to assess the pre-professional qualities of its applicants. Once the MMI portion of the interview is completed, each applicant will also meet with a faculty and a student for an additional brief interview. University of Ottawa interview. Interviews are held from February to March, and you'll be invited based on the minimum GPA set for that application cycle for the particular student category to which you belong. Non-academic assessment will be taken into consideration in interview selections, but the University of Ottawa Medical School does not disclose exact selection criteria. UOttawa does not provide any details about their interview format, and applicants who are invited to interview will receive details about the interview location, time, and format in the invitation. University of Toronto interview. Interview selection is based on file review scores. Interview dates are assigned at random as file reviews are completed and do not reflect any rankings in U of T's admissions process. If you are not selected for an interview, you'll receive a refusal letter. Interview and invitations and refusal letters continue to be sent until the last interview date as the files are reviewed. The University of Toronto's Medical School uses the interview format which they developed themselves, the Modified Personal Interview, or MPI. Both in-person and virtual MPI interview formats will be used for admission to the U of T's MD program. The MPI consists of 4 independent interviews assessed by 4 different interviewers. Interviewers may include physicians, medical students, residents, health professionals, and community members. Each interview is approximately 12 minutes in length, and the virtual MPI also consists of 4 independent interviewers assessed by 4 different raters. Each virtual interview is completed in sequence, and you'll have approximately 5 minutes for each. Western University interview. Applicants are selected for interviews based on the achievement of GPA and MCAT minimum thresholds and a description of unique life experiences that demonstrate an understanding and commitment to Schulich's core values of diversity, teamwork, leadership, social accountability, responsibility, and self-directed learning. Western's interview format is a standardized 45-minute interview with a 3-person panel consisting of a physician, a community member, and a senior medical student. Medical schools in Quebec. Laval University interview. Traditionally, Laval uses the MMI interview format to select their applicants. In recent application cycles, the MMIs that are typically held by Laval for candidate selection had to be replaced by Casper. Only candidates selected based on the quality of their academic record will be invited to the Casper exam, like they would have been for the MMI. Invitations to the Casper exam will be sent to the selected candidates by email. McGill University interview. Interviews take place on site at the Faculty of Medicine during February. McGill uses the MMI format to assess your suitability for the program. The MMI is designed to evaluate you based on the physicianship curriculum component at McGill and the CanMed's roles. Candidates are permitted to choose either French or English as the language of their interviews. The interviews last for half a day, and there are other activities and presentations offered throughout the day as well. You must attend your interview as originally scheduled, because rescheduling and/or accommodations will not be granted. You should remember that your MMI performance counts for 100% of your chances of acceptance, and prioritize it accordingly. You'll be asked to indicate your preference of campus after your interview, the Montreal campus or the Outaouais campus in Gatineau, where only 24 spots are available. University of Montreal interview. The University of Montreal traditionally uses the MMI interview format, but is currently replacing them with Casper. So the final stage of your application process will be successful upon completion of the Casper test. The exam will have the same weighting of that of MMIs traditionally, which is 50% of your final ranking. University of Sherbrooke interview. Based on your academic record and Casper results, you may be invited to the next stage of the selection process, the MMI. International applicants are not required to travel to Sherbrooke to attend the interview. Instead, they will have to undergo traditional video interviews. Medical schools in Saskatchewan. University of Saskatchewan interview. The MMI weekend is held at the university in March each year. Your MMI performance will have a great effect on your chances of getting an offer. For residents of Saskatchewan and Indigenous applicants, the MMI makes up half of their total ranking, while the MCAT score makes up 20% and the calculated UAA makes up 30%. Out-of-province applicant chances of admission rely solely on their MMI performance, and their ranking will be based 100% on their interview performance. Check out our blog to learn more about medical school interviews in Canada. I've included a link in the description of this video for easy access. And if you'd like us to help you with your medical school interview, visit bmomedinterview.com to schedule your free initial consultation. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, so please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And if you have any questions about medical school interviews in Canada that I didn't cover in this video, let me know in the comments section and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Don't forget that we're giving away $50 Amazon gift cards every week to the best comments and questions, so comment below for your chance to win. Thanks for watching and see you next time.